G'day, this is Brian, and it's Thursday the 8th, and I'm just wanting to quickly alert you to the fact that I've been a bit slack getting my blogs onto the journal page on the website, partly because the elephant turned out to be rather big, and I'm needing to break it into smaller bite sizes. So the topic is organic food worth it? And I'm not going to tell you right now, you'll have to read the blog. And that actually became just epic, and so what I'm going to do is write a number. The started one will be an overview, and then I'll chunk that into areas of interest around how the chemistry affects different systems and shows up in different health readings and blood readings, say with your GP. And so that might give you some understanding of why it could be the cheapest thing you could do for your health, not the most expensive thing you could do. It also crosses over into the obesity seminar I went to the other week, and that also makes that relevant. The body is logical. It's extraordinary what it does to get us up for breakfast tomorrow, and the more we look at it through that prism, that it's not trying to kill you but actually trying to save you, and whatever it's doing, it actually has a purpose behind it. And just because we don't understand it doesn't mean that it's dysfunctional. That is an interesting perspective, that we have to understand, we have to know what it's doing before it's okay, as if the body needs permission from the authorities to actually act the way it's acting. So it's really fascinating, and I'm really thrilled by how much I'm enjoying it and how much chemistry I'm remembering. It's actually, I'm quite startled that I can look at molecules and actually see what's going on and really understand why various things are occurring. So going back to the learning focus of a few weeks back, it does show that when it's relevant and meaningful, there's actually data that you can extract, and the stuff that you learned in the first place is actually accessible later when you want to put it into context that's meaningful and relevant. And while I do recall there was a lot of squealing and whining going on amongst my university colleagues, or why are they teaching us chemistry? It's so irrelevant. I want to adjust people. And I thought, no, I actually want to know if I should recommend a supplement. What does it mean if we put them on magnesium? Why would that be useful? What's it doing? It's a metal. It's on the left side of the periodic table. It's sort of with calcium, which is in your bones. That's a metal on the left side of the periodic table. Chlorine is a gas. It's on the right side. It wants to gain an electron. The others want to give it. So they put fluoride in the water because it's noble gas side. It's on the right-hand side of the table. It wants an electron. It binds to your teeth. They've got calcium. That's got 2 electrons. So suddenly the white patches in your teeth to do with the chlorine, with the fluoride, actually makes some sense. But if it's super reactive, when you've swallowed it, what does it do with the rest of your body? What does it bind to? What does it connect to? What influence does it have? Is it good or bad? And that's another topic for another day. The truth is that whenever we do something with a single focus without really looking at what else it can do, we can end up with a cane toad scenario, which is a beautiful Australian horror story where very well-intending people decided that the best way to control, I'm not actually sure what they were supposed to be doing, but they were put into the sugarcane fields in Queensland, I believe, to eat a pest. But they didn't ever contemplate they could thrive in that environment with industrial size fields of sugarcane, and then they might leave the sugarcane fields and go somewhere else. And of course, they've gone from being, slave to sort of serious pest, and they're now it's almost impossible to control them, and they cause great damage, and they're not supposed to go south of the border, and damn it, they are. So it's intriguing that we don't always learn from our mistakes. We still do stuff with a single focus in highly complex systems that are completely interrelated. And the body is one of the more extraordinarily interrelated systems. And the more I look at it, the more I am in true sort of wonderment of how clever it is, and something that we may deem to be a terrible thing to be avoided at all costs may actually be the body trying to save itself. It's just that, like a lot of things, you know, a small fright's a good thing, and a terribly big fright's a bad thing. So, and that's something that I will talk about or write about in one of the blogs. So, it's really exciting. It just is very informing, and the more we understand our body and understand how it works, the richer we are in terms of knowledge, and our choices are much better. So you can make better choices. You may be able to put butter on your wholemeal, stone ground, fabulous bread, stone ground sourdough, knowing that it's actually really good for you, rather than worry that it's not a good thing to do. So I'm going to run away. I've talked for 6 minutes and 23 seconds, which is long enough. There will be blogs populating in the next few days, and I'm going to keep them running. It's such an interesting area, and it's so important that we have the right information, as controversial as it may seem, that will actually help us make best decisions for long-term health. Okay, all the best. Bye.